Welcome TechBrothersIT. In this video, we are going to be working on writing single files such as format CSV, Parquet, or JSON. So think about a scenario, maybe you have read some files and then you perform some operations on those files, and finally you want to write the output to another format, maybe CSV, Parquet, or JSON. So here I am in the notebook, and how I got here. So I was here in portal.azure.com, and then I clicked on the storage actually works Synapse workspace, and then I went to the studio right here. So once I open the studio, I end up right here on the main page, and then I went to the developer, and then click on this plus button and created a new notebook. So that's how I get here, and then I wrote my code here. Now, if you remember, when we were set up our workspace, then that workspace can be seen here under the data. You can go to linked, and here is our storage, so Synapse container, and then we have created some folders here. So think about that now. In this situation, I have read data maybe from the same folder, or maybe some other folder, or maybe from some database, and then perform some operations, and finally I want to write that data to this container, and I want to create different formats such as CSV, Parquet, or JSON files. Now what we are going to do here, here I'm not reading the data, I'm going to show you in the next video, but here I'm just creating a sample data. So we are declaring a variable called data, and then we have this different items for our array. So here is our data array that has Amir, USA, and salary. So there are three values for this, and then we have that. Then I created this column variable called name, country, and sales, and then I'm creating this data frame. So you know that data frame is a table-like structure in the Spark that has columns and rows, and we can work simply exactly like SQL. So here we are creating that data frame, and how we create data frame, just we say df, that's the name of a data frame, and the spark.create function data frame, that's the function we'll use to create the data frame. And we have to provide some data, and then we have to provide some column name. And once the data frame is created, we can simply go ahead and execute this part, and it's going to run that and then show us the output. So see right there, we can see that we have name, country, and sale, and these are the three records. Now we have seen our data, and what I would like to do, I would like to write this data to the our container. And if you guys remember that this is the container we have for our storage, and I went here, I went to the properties here, and this is my path. So you can see that my if I copy this path, I can simply close it, and here I can go and paste it here. So you can see that this is my container name, Synapse container, that I have provided right here. This is the format I have to follow, and then this is my storage account. So I have provided my storage account and container name. So this is a container name, and this is my storage name, and the rest of that everything stay as is. And then I created another folder called output demo, because I would like to write everything to that folder. So if I go back to my Azure portal, and here go to the storage account, and then go to container, that's the container, and under this container we are going to create this folder called demo output, and then we will write the files there. So we have the data frame ready. We can simply go ahead and write the data frame. But what's going to happen, a data frame is going to create multiple files. By default, Spark writes one output file per partition, and we know that when we read some file or write some file, once our Spark pool has more nodes, they will be having more partitions, and then they will be writing to different files. So if your data frame has many partitions, such as I have a complete video how the partition work, how we can repartition and all that in my tutorial. I have put the link, I will put the link in the description so you can see that. So if your data frame has many partitions such as 200, then it will create 200 files, but you can read them all together. We will show you as well. Using coalesce before writing ensures that Spark combine everything into one partition, resulting in one file. So that's what I'm doing it here, because if I would not do this, let's say I don't have coalesce here, and I will just go ahead and now if I will execute this all, what's going to happen? So here is my data frame, and you can see that it has only 3 records. And if I go back to my files here, and here I will refresh, And what's going to happen, we have on the output demo and we have CSV output. You can see that there was 4 partition for my data frame. Those were assigned by Spark, and that's why there are 4 files created. So if I go in the first file or take a look, so some of the records will be here. You can see here it is only header actually, and if I go to the next one, you can see there is a record here, one record here, so one record here, so there are 3 records. So it has created a 4 partition. Now if I go back here in the JSON file, and the same thing had happened here. So if you go to JSON, it has only one record or one line of record here. So that's why I was talking about, like, hey, guess what, if your data frame will have more partition, it's going to write into the many different files, but that's not a problem. When we want to read, we can always read the entire folder from here. So let's say in this case I will read this JSON output till here, and it's going to read all the partition for me in parallel. That's not a problem for the Spark. But let's say if you are more concerned, like, hey, I want to create a single file, that's possible as well, and we can use coalesce in this case and create a single file. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back here and go to this output demo folder here, and then we are going to go ahead and delete this and then create with the coalesce. Now it's going to create only one file. So if we execute now, it's gonna coalesce, is gonna collect all the data from different partitions to the, and then create the single file for us. So if I go back here and refresh, what's gonna happen? Now you have output demo here, and you can CSV output, and there is one file. So if you click here, now you see that that's the file there. Okay, so you don't have to worry about this file. This is only just information, And if I go back here in the JSON and then click here, so all the records are in a single file as well. So this is how you will be able to write the data. So you will be using df.write.mode overwrite if you want to write the override and then you have options such as header true or not, and you don't want the header, and then you have base path plus the file name. So that's what's going to happen. So you have path and then CSV output. So you see right there, that's a CSV output right there. Okay, so you have this path, and then after that you are going to be creating different folders. In those folders you will be creating these files. Now you will be writing many different type of file. As I said, that you will be here we are doing CSV file, here we are doing a Parquet file, here we are doing JSON file, but you will be using a df dataframe.write function. So that will be able to do all those writes in different more formats for you by just telling which you want to do. Like in this case, we wanted to do CSV, and here you want to do Parquet, here you want to do the JSON. So that's very easy. I hope this video is helpful and you got the idea how we can write the data to the different files in the notebook by using Spark Pool in Azure Synapse. I thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe my channel. In the next video we are going to read these files what we have written, and we are going to read them back and show you the results. So I thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.